Anime, Mashle, Magic and Muscles. Continuing to episode 7, Mash gets lost in the academy and somehow ends up in the headquarters of Mahia Lupus. Abel turns out to know about Mash obtaining the gold coin. He asks Mash about the reason why he wants to become a holy visionary. Mash answers that he wants to live in peace with his family. Abel considers Mash's reason to be incorrect. According to him, holy visionaries are the creators of this world. They are the sacred vessels of the gods. Mash appears too weak to become a godly creator. Mash, in turn, asks the same question. Abel wants to restore the world to its original form. A world where society loots, exploits, and devours the weak. Unlike the current era that protects the weak, fights for equality, and emphasizes compassion. Only superior beings are allowed to thrive. After hearing his lengthy explanation, Mash concludes that Abel also wants to live in peace. Abel considers his words to be mockery. Abel will release Mash if he gives up his gold coin. Mash, of course, refuses. Suddenly, a doll attacks Mash, but Mash manages to defeat the doll. When the doll is struck, the threads controlling it break, and it transforms into a human figure, namely Silva. Instantly, a stronger clown doll than the previous one grips Mash and snatches his gold coin. After the coin is thrown towards Abel, Mash is thrown forcefully. Mash rises again and walks towards the clown doll. However, without realizing it, he steps on Silva's head. Mash worries about Silva and wants to take her to the infirmary. It's not that Mash is willing to give up his coin, but there are priorities that need to be considered. Besides, Mash has no intention of losing to any extent against his enemies. Abel is impressed by Mash's extraordinary self-confidence. Somehow, he also feels something peculiar. Upon closer inspection, his clown doll loses one button. One of the Mahia Lupus members observes Mash doing something irrational. When the clown doll throws its coin, Mash seizes the doll's button by biting it. He forcefully spits out the button, causing it to collide with the coin in the air, and the slightly hit coin is sucked back with the power of his lungs. What Abel now holds is not a coin, but a button. Mash almost loses his coin. But he is more confused about why Silva is lying there. Upon waking up, Silva realizes that she has returned to her human form. All her memories as a doll have vanished. When looking around, she sees Mash training his abdominal muscles. If Mash is here in the infirmary, she assumes that he is the one who helped her. Despite being his enemy, why would he still help her? According to Mash, humans should help each other in difficult times. After that, Mash bids farewell and returns to his room. Meanwhile, in room 302 of Adler Dormitory, Lance and Dot argue with each other because they stopped by room 302. Although that room belongs to Mash and Finn. Dot changed his hairstyle to have bangs because it seems Lemon likes guys with that style. Dot feels offended by Lance, who has a handsome face and tall body. Feeling so upset, he tells Lance to leave the room. Well, it's not even his room. Lance also becomes annoyed and challenges Dot to a fight. Finn, who has been trying to hold back, gets irritated too because they want to fight in her room. Suddenly, Mash enters the room as usual, breaking the door. Lance and Dot abandon their intentions. Actually, Dot brings gifts for Mash and Finn. He says it's normal to bring something when visiting someone else's room. Finn didn't expect Dot to have manners, even though his words and behavior are sometimes rude. Moreover, he brought herbal tea as a gift. Dot says it's his favorite tea. Despite his appearance, it turns out he likes herbal tea. Not running out of problems, Lemon arrives in room 302 with bad news. Lemon invites them all to see the magic balance. It can display the amount of gold coins each dormitory has. And currently, almost all the gold coins are owned by Lang Dormitory. Adler Dormitory only has one, which belongs to Mash. Lang Dormitory has been taking coins from other dormitories since the beginning of the academic year. However, the senior students in Adler Dormitory who can stop their actions are currently undergoing internships outside the academy. Lang Dormitory highly values bloodline heritage. If left unchecked, this year's Holy Visionary will come from there. Most of the students in Orchid Dormitory are solely focused on research. So, it's up to Adler Dormitory to stop their plans. Lance feels the need to eliminate the threat from Lang Dormitory in order to achieve his goals. Unfortunately, MASH cannot immediately take action to prevent Lang Dormitory's plans. MASH is still given a light punishment for his actions. He has to clean the owl cage for a week, and that's what MASH is currently doing. Lance also comes to help MASH. According to rumors, there is a possibility that people from Lang Dormitory are coming to seize the gold coins. Lance wants to prevent that from happening. Meanwhile, two students are walking in the forest towards the owl cage. One of them carries a giant shuriken, while the other is bald and muscular. They seem to be from Lang Dormitory. MASH is still cleaning the cage, and for some reason, the owls despise him. MASH is confused about what he has done wrong to the owls. Suddenly, a voice can be heard chanting magic, "See field." A water portal forms beneath MASH, causing him to sink. The two students have arrived at the owl cage, and their goal, of course, is to seize the coins. They are Mahia Lupus members. The bald and muscular one is Olor Andrew, the sixth Fang. The one with the giant shuriken is Answer Shinri, the seventh Fang. Both of them have two magical sigils. They are going to fight, putting the coins at stake as well. MASH is still struggling not to drown. He has never learned how to swim. Olor performs transformation magic, Sea Shark, turning into a shark. He enters his water portal to hunt down MASH. Meanwhile, Answer is going to fight Lance. Answer tells Lance something. He says that in a fight, there is always a winner and a loser. It seems he intends to give a deep meaning to his words, even though what he said is already clear. Answer starts attacking with his shuriken. It appears his magic only controls the weapon. Lance is confident that his gravity magic can defeat him. However, there are a group of owls near Answer, and Lance hesitates to use his magic. Moreover, he imagines his sister getting angry if he harms the owls. Answer feels superior and states the obvious. He throws a double shuriken, and the owls will be hit if Lance dodges. Reluctantly, Lance accepts the attack. Answer realizes that Lance's magic wand is made of magnolia, meaning he is from the Crown family. Their family is known for their exceptional gravity magic. According to rumors, the eldest son of the Crown family ran away from home, but Answer didn't expect Lance to be this weak. He mocks Lance, saying that he must have run away because he lacks magical talent. Answer feels pleasure in defeating weak people. He needs weak individuals like Lance to reaffirm his own superiority. Lance uses his gravity magic to drop a shovel. Answer becomes more disgusted, seeing that Lance can't even use his magic properly. Additionally, he will feel more superior if he defeats someone from the Crown family. Answer attacks with a triple shuriken. For some reason, Answer feels something strange. When he realizes it, all the owls have gathered in one place to eat. Now nothing can obstruct Lance anymore, and he uses his gravity magic seriously. Answer's shuriken becomes powerless. Lance explains that the owls were blocking him earlier, which is why he didn't attack. When Lance dropped the shovel with his magic, it tore open a bag of feed, attracting all the owls. Answer is infuriated by being underestimated. He uses his strongest magic, large shuriken. However, it means nothing to Lance. He channels his gravity magic into the shuriken and Answer simultaneously. Although they both have two magical sigils, the difference in power is immense. Unlike Answer, Lance is not fighting for a sense of superiority. Instead, he fights for the sake of his beloved sister. Once again, his sibling complex kicks in. Meanwhile, Olor is ready to defeat MASH in his own domain, which is water. Just as he was about to hunt, he saw something passing by at an incredible speed. In the water portal, there was no one else but him and MASH. However, humans are not supposed to swim faster than 10 kilometers per hour. Upon closer observation, the fleeting figure turns out to be MASH indeed. It's surprising because MASH claimed he never knew how to swim when he was affected by Olor's magic earlier. With a gurgling sound, MASH himself can't believe he can swim. He expresses gratitude to Olor, as thanks to him, he now knows how to swim. After that, MASH swiftly swims around Olor until his swimming strokes create a tornado. Olor realizes for the first time what it feels like to be hunted. He has no choice but to be serious now. He uses his magic, Sea Shark Evolution. His ordinary shark form transforms into a terrifying shark monster. He believes this form is unbeatable. However, MASH easily overpowers him by swimming and crashing into Olor. Mash's swimming movements seem like punches to Olor. They swim until they exit the water portal. Answer and Olor have been defeated, and now Adler Dormitory has 2 gold coins. If the 6th and 7th fangs of Mahia Lupus are only this strong, Lance and Mash are confident they can win against all of them. Suddenly, one of the masked members of Mahia Lupus appears behind them. He feels somewhat offended by their remarks. Just as Mash and Lance were about to turn their gaze to the back, he has already moved to face away from them again. Strangely, Lance is unable to use his magic at that moment. The masked member of Mahia Lupus has no intention to fight, he only wants to fetch his comrades. Mash, who has no magical abilities, is still able to move and attempt to strike him. However, the masked member manages to evade and seemingly teleports. After putting Answer and Olor into magic bottles, he bids farewell and leaves. Lance retracts his statement. It seems defeating Mahia Lupus would be intriguing. The masked member of Mahia Lupus is impressed by Mash's ability to move quickly without magic. Even his mask cracks a little. He concludes that Mash is a person of the same type as himself. This is the end of episode 7. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss part 8 of this series recap.